Hey guys, it's Brent and Alian here. We're playing a 500 point game. This is technically now the second game we played. However, I managed to somehow not save the footage whenever I tried to transfer it over to the computer. The result of that was I did manage to eke out a win. Wasn't like it wasn't a.
Yes, it was.
Was what?
My Shadow Son doesn't know how to shoot.
Yes, well, her Shadow Son apparently was blind the first game. Still, it was actually a pretty close game. It didn't really kind of get out of hand until turn 3, but it was still a fun game. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our armies. Alright, so over here we have the Dark Eldar Harlequins Alliance here. And let's see, we have a squad of 5-man Trueborn. 4 of them have blasters, and they're going to be riding in this Venom. The one that's that does not have a blaster is the one that has the flag on his back. My HQ choice for that is a Lamayan, and then I just have a 5-man Kapalite squad on foot, and that is a allied detachment of Dark Eldar for me. Next, we have a cast of players formation. We have Shadowseer. He's going to be rolling on Phantasmancy. And then we have a Death Jester. My Warlord here, he has Sigarax Rose, and then I have a few kisses as well on the rest of the players. The ones without kisses will be the ones that have looks like they have an empty hand. Alright. That's my 500 points of Harlequins.
Alright, and now for my army, the Tau, for the greater good. I have a unit of 2 crisis suits. They have twin-linked missiles. Pretty much will help me shoot down some vehicles. And they also have plasma rifles. I'm bringing again my Shadow Son with her stealth unit squad. One of them does have a fusion blaster, I believe. My beautiful unit of Pathfinders that will give me marker lights, and 2 units, 1 5-man squad and 1 6-man squad of my strike team. My hope is that this time around Shadow Son will be able to shoot something, and also the Tau have learned not to drink on the job, because last time there was a bit of an issue with terrain. Yeah. But there you go. That was then. This is now. Let's take this for the win, guys. For the greater good.
Alright, this is the terrain we're going to be playing on. We forgot to mention we did roll for night fighting, and night fighting will be in effect the first turn. Of course, with bringing Shadow Son as her warlord, she goes 2 walks as her warlord trait, and that gives the unit that she's with a 3d6 assault move whenever she does it instead of a 2. My warlord trait was Luck of the Laughing God, so my warlord gets to reroll any saving throws or rolls to hit of 1. We're also playing on a tactical escalation game. So we have objectives here. We have objective 4. Over here is 6. 5 is kind of right here. 1 is over by that building. 2 is inside this ruin. And 3 is over here behind the wall. So you can see the whole setup here. Alright, so we're going to roll for size and get ready to deploy. So this is, I won the choice to deploy first or second. I chose to deploy second. So Alian is deployed over on this far side of the table. She's got her 2 strike team squads inside this ruin, and her crisis suits on top, and her Pathfinders over there in that ruin. She is outflanking with Shadow Son, so they will be arriving at some point after turn 2 or later. I did forget to mention, my Shadowseer has a Mask of Secrets, and the other psychic ability that she has is Mirror of Minds. So that could be really useful for trying to assassinate characters. With my deployment here, I have my 5 Cabalite squad right here, the Alian right here on Objective 2 along with the troop, and then over here on Objective 3 I have my Venom with Trueborn and blasters. So, with that, Alian will be going first, unless of course I seize the initiative. I do not. I'm sad.
Yes!
Yeah. Alright.
See what I can do!
So with that, we go to Tau, turn 1.
Alright, so these guys, I want them to just move
Strike
up.
team.
The strike team, these guys, I want them to move up here. And some of the guys inside, I'd like them to move up to the box. The building. And let's see how that works.
So we got move through cover on the first squad.
Yup.
You're going to be able to go a full 6 inches.
Woohoo! I guess I'll point that to this squad. The squad of 5. The roof.
Alright, so ending there
roof
that
is on
squad.
fire.
Got move through cover of the next squad.
Yup.
You're
Let's
gonna
get
be
them out of the
going
building. Let's get them to the box.
4 inches.
Oh, goody.
Ending their movement right there. Alright, next we got the crisis suits.
Now we got my guys, my mech guys.
Alright, so you're going to move through cover, right? Not jetpack.
They are going to move through cover.
Move through cover it is. 6 inches.
Huzzah.
Ending that move right there. Next we have move through cover with the Pathfinders.
You got those guys over there. My gang.
Another 6 inches, man. They are in a hurry.
Yes, they are.
Ending their movement there on Objective 5. We did forget to mention Alian's first objective here was secure Objective 6. So she's slowly making her way towards that. And next is Tau shooting phase.
There be no shooting. So these tiny goat legs are going to run during this phase.
Alright, so we'll go with the strike team here. How far are they running? Just 1 dice. They're moving.
Wow, they are not. They're going to saunter 1 inch.
They're going to hobble an inch. They were in a hurry and then they got tired. Those goat legs, man, they just don't last.
Yeah, man, you can't go that fast.
Alright, so they shuffled that far. So next we have the crisis suits. The other strike team is just going to stay put, she said. So crisis team. We're going to go 3 inches. It's enough to at least get them off the building. Alright, so the crisis team ends there. Staying out of my line of sight. Next we have Pathfinders. They're going to run as well. How far are they going to go? 6 inches. They really are in a hurry. Damn. Alright, they use that move just to kind of tuck in behind the big building in the middle. So next we have the assault phase. You're going to be doing an assault move or no?
No.
No assault move. Alright, so that brings us to Harlequins, turn 1. Alright, changing your mind. The crisis suits are going to make a assault move. So 2d6. They're going to go 6 inches. Alright, that brings our crisis suits to right there. Now we really are on Harlequins, turn 1. Alright, so turn 1 here for Harlequins. We are going to open up with a move through cover roll for the Cabalites. They're going to go 4 inches. That is plenty. Just going to get them up here so they can see and shoot things. Him go to there and peek around the corner. Alright, so next we have the troop. However, the troop is not slowed by cover, so they get to go their full 6. I already measured this. So he's going to go right to there. Alright, then you're ending just like that. Next up, we have the Liman. She is going to go Oh, she's gonna go. Yeah. So move through cover. 6. So she's in a hurry. So she's just gonna follow up right behind the troop. Just like that. Alright, forgot one thing, I need to stay in range. I did a roll for objective 2, so I need to make sure I keep my guys 3 inches away. So I'm going to shuffle them around a little bit. Other move is my Venom. He's going to go 6 inches to there and find himself some Pathfinders to shoot at. Alright, so that's just the shuffling I did, keep him within 3 inches of objective 2. Next, we'll go straight into Harlequin shooting phase. I have 12 shots. Shooting at the Pathfinders of hitting on 3s. So, we have 12 shots from the 2 splinter cannons. These are hitting on 3s. Okay, decent amount of hits, but could have been better. And these are wounding on 4s. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll take that. So she has 5 4-up armor saves to make. That is just a single one dead. Unfortunate. Okay, so that's a dead Pathfinder. Next up, I have 4 shots from the blasters that are in the Venom. These are all hitting on 3s. Oh, all hit. Nice. These are wounding on 2s, because strength 8 versus toughness 3. And these are all instant killing, so they're all dead.
What?
No say. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. They actually do get a 6-up. Forgot because of night. No, they don't, because Dark Eldar ignore night fighting. I forgot that. So yes, they're just straight up dead.
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
Alright, next up at the shooting, I'm going to have 5 shots from the Cabalites, and I'm going to have them go for... Well, they're going to get 3-up cover anyways, so I may as well shoot at the crisis suits with them and see if we can get lucky. So, 5 shots, hitting on 3s. We only need 2 misses. And then wounding on 4s, because I don't care about the crisis suit toughness. Only 1, so she has 1 save to make, 3-up. She makes it, so no damage done. Then last, we have a couple run rolls to make. My my troop is going to... Oh, jeez. Yeah, my troop is going to run. But before we do that, forgot my psychic phase, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick.
You don't have no power? No psychic phase. The Tau don't understand psychic phase. For the greater good, don't do it. For the greater good. So,
community dice, just 1, so I only have 2 dice. So we're going to throw 2 dice at Phantasmancy's Primaris power. I can't think of the name. Veil of Tears. Ooh, getting it, but perils, unfortunately. So there's no way for her to stop it since she only has 1 dice.
Peril.
Let's see what we get. We get a 3. Let me check what that is and be right back. Alright, so the ability did go off. The result was my Shadow Seer takes a wound, and I would lose any remaining charges, but I don't have any left, so it's not really, that doesn't matter. I care more about losing the wound. With that, we are going to run. They do have Crusader here, so they get 2d6 to check their run distance. 3. I'm going to re-roll one of those because of Fleet. 2, so they're only going 3 inches. They're ending there. Next we have the Lamian. She also gets Crusader because of the Caster Player's special rule, so we have 2d6 for her run. She's in more of a hurry. And ending like that. And with that, we go to Tau, turn 2. Alright, so we're going to Tau turn 3. First we gotta see if Shadow Sun comes in.
Shadow Sun to save the day.
Shadow Sun does not. Shadow Sun doesn't want to save the day. It's because you insulted her at the start of this game. You know that, right?
You know what? Shadow Sun will get over it eventually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Womp womp.
Oh.
So, before I forget, I did score objective 2, and I also got first blood for killing those Pathfinders, so the current score is 2-0.
So I got these guys up on the roof, partying up, doing nothing. And I kind of want to move them through cover towards that lovely, beautiful vehicle there that's just ripe for puncturing. So let's see how far they move.
6 inches.
They move to puncture the shit out of that vehicle. So now I'm going to be moving my crafter suit guys. Standing here. All the way up there. Knock over one guy.
Yep.
Move there. And then these guys will just be moving up to this little wall. As Bob Ross would say, this happy little wall right here. Nothing can go wrong in this happy wall.
Alright, so that's moving her closer towards objective 6. So,
And
oh right, the other objective she scored, of course, was to kill a unit in the shooting phase. It is a very Tau thing to do, so she should be able to accomplish that one.
let's commence.
Alright, so we go to shooting for Tau on turn 2. Alright, so Tau shooting phase. She's opted to start here with the strike team. She has 4 guys that can see the venom over there. So these are hitting on 4s. Alright, 2 hits. And I'm going to opt not to jink on this. I should have said that before she rolled, but I wouldn't jink anyways, I don't think. Alright, so these are glancing on 5s. So 1 glance, and I have a 5-up invuln save, thanks to, I forget the name of it, it's like Flicker Field or something like that. Not Flicker, I don't know what it is. Alright, so 5-up invuln save. Nope. So it takes 1 wound. We have the crisis suit shooting at my Cabal Light squad over here. She's got 2 plasma rifles, a missile pod, and a twin link plasma. So we're just going to shoot the plasma rifles and missile pod all at the same time because it's all going to be the same for this. So she's got 4 shots hitting on 4s, 2 hits. So these are wounding on 2s, 2 wounds. So I've got 2 4-up cover saves. Both made.
Damn.
Yeah, hang in there, guys. Alright, so now we have 1 shot from a twin link plasma rifle. Hit on 4s, hits, wounding on 2s, wounds. So 4-up cover. Nope. 1 guy goes squish, and it looks like he's the closest. Alright, next, she's shooting with the strike team. They can only see 3, so they can't kill them all. They have 5 shots, and these are hitting on 4s, and they will be wounding on 2s. Oh, okay, so 2 hits, and wounding on 2s. Alright, 2 wounds, got 2-up cover, or 4-up cover. 1 saved, so another one dies. So that does it for the Tau shooting phase. I now need to make a leadership test since I suffered 2 casualties. If it had just been 1, I would have been okay, but oh well. So leadership test, need an 8. Good, they're perfectly fine. They're just going to chill. Moving on to the Tau assault phase, which I believe she was going to make a crisis suit jump to take objective 6. So she's got 2d6. Going 9 inches, that is plenty, but she needs to make 2 difficult terrain rolls, or dangerous terrain rolls.
None of you better be drinking on the job now. Come on.
And they're just fine.
Oh, good.
Alright, and they're ending there right on top of objective 6. So at the end of Tau turn 2, she is scoring objective 6, so that makes the score 2-1 currently in Harlequin's favor.
Yeah.
Alright, so Harlequins here on turn 2. I rolled for objectives and I got secure objective 2 and ascendancy, which is control 3 objectives. I will pretty easily control objective 2. 3 objectives, maybe. I got 1 there and 1 there. We'll see if I can get on those or not. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and move the Venom. We have pre-measured, and he can hop over 6 inches and get to right there. So that'll be on objective 1. Now, the question becomes, do I want to disembark the Trueborn? Hard question here. I gotta check. Alright, so I did opt to go ahead and disembark because they can be within, and then move them, the 6 inches there. That'll give them nice vision of the Tau strike team. Next, I'm going to move my Harlequin troop. I've pre-measured this as well, so they can move basically up to on top of this. Alright, and they're getting up to about right there, so that's shaping up to be an 8-inch charge, but with casualties it'll probably be a lot less. It did get my Shadow Seer within 12 inches, so they will have -2 leadership because of Mask of Secrets. Next I have a... oh, that's the wound for the Shadow Seer. Just put it up there. Next we have a move through cover roll for the man, because she's got to go over that wall. She goes 6 inches, so she's going to be keeping base. That'll get her up to about there. Alright, with that, we'll be moving on to Harlequin's turn 2, shooting phase.
Sorry?
As she just reminded me, psychic phase.
Unfortunately.
Alright, so rolling here for the community dice. We have 2 dice for everyone, plus 1 for me, so we have 3 dice to be rolling. I'm going to put all 3 dice into Veil of Tears. Failing miserably. She hurts herself and then she's like, I ain't messing with it. So, unfortunate. Now we are going into shooting phase for the Dark Eldar and Harlequin Alliance. So opening up, we're going to be throwing 12... Actually, we're going to open up here with the Harlequin troop. So I have 3 shots first coming from the Death Chester. These are hitting on 2s, of course. And these are wounding on 2s. I got a rend and that, but it doesn't really matter because 4-up cover. So she's got 2 4-up saves. Saves both, of course. Unfortunate. Now I have some choices to make, whether or not I actually want to cause casualties, because the more casualties I cause, the harder this is for me to make this charge. Alright, so next we're going to have the, I've decided to go ahead and keep shooting. We're going to have the 1, 2, 3, 4 members that can actually see the strike team squad. These guys are all, not counting the Shadow Seer or the Troop Master. These are all going to be hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, and these are wounding on Strength 4 versus Toughness 3, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, so 2 more, 4-up saves. Fails 2. 2 go squish. So these 2 are probably the closest. Alright, so we have a hallucinogen grenade launcher attack from the Shadow Seer. It's going to be centered over that. So let's see if it scatters. It is a direct hit, so I get 4 hits. This will be wounding on 6s, because it's only strength 1 versus toughness 3. So 4s... hold on, wait. Checking. Alright, so yeah, confirming. This is 4 hits, wounding on 6s. Now I got 1 wound, so she's got a 4-up save. Nope, fails it. Kills another one.
Dropping out like flies.
Yes, they are. Alright, so next we have a single attack from my Troop Master, and he's hitting on 2s. And then he's wounding on 3s. No wound. Alright. Next... You know what, we're going to go ahead and just take care of this because I don't have anything else that's going to be shooting at them. So she needs to immediately make a pinning test. What's her normal leadership? 7?
7.
7 or 8?
It's 7. They don't have a chassis.
Okay, so 7, so they need to roll a 5 or less. They do not get pinned. Alright. We'll come back to that later because they might still end up running away. Next, I have 4 attacks coming in on the... you know what? First of all, we're going to actually make this guy. He gets he's in rapid fire range, so we have 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. with his splinter rifle. We have 1 hit, wounding on 4s, nothing. Next we have 4 attacks from the blasters. These are hitting on 3s. Unfortunate. Only 2 hits, wounding on 2s. 2 wounds, no saves allowed here because AP 2. So squish and squish. At the end of my shooting phase, these guys kind of went and hid, so they don't have anything to shoot at. At the end of the shooting phase, these guys owe a leadership test. They are within 12 inches of the Shadow Seer, so they need a 5 or they're running away. They are running away with 6. Next up, another panic or courage test here for them. They are also running because they are also within 12 inches.
Cowards.
So why don't we go ahead and check how far they're running. 2d6. They're going to be running 4 inches straight back. We'll take care of that in a sec. And these guys, they are running 9 inches. They don't want any part of this.
Nope.
Alright, so remove them and come right back. Ending right there.
So my guys went,
and there.
Fuck that, that's too much. I hit so hard.
Alright, so that finishes my shooting phase. These guys are technically within 12-inch charge range, but I'm not going to bother. The odds of that is low, and I just end up giving her Overwatch shot, so we're just going to leave that alone. Everyone else is going to stay put. Oh wait, nope, I have one more thing to do. I have a run with the LeMain here.
She's going to run now?
So 2d6. Right, so she's going to go 6 inches.
She needs to stop moving so much.
So she's going to get up to about there. Alright, that concludes Harlequins and Dark Eldar turn 2. I ended up scoring Objective 2, and I need to roll a D3 for Ascendancy, because I have 1. I have Objective 5, Objective 1, and Objective 2. So Ascendancy is worth 3 points, so I scored 4 points that turn. Alright, so here we go, starting Tau turn 3. First we're going to check for reinforcements. Shadow-san does not want to play today.
The fuck, Shadow-san? I thought we were friends.
You were insulting her at the start.
Well, now she deserved all the insults she get. She ain't on my side. Alright, so I'm going to regroup these guys on the roof. Obviously, they do not have a good party. Unfortunately, they're within those, some bitches right over there. So that currently makes their leadership from a whole 7 to a 5. Let's see how well that works. Ha!
Wow.
Ha! 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 Oh, look! There's my luck. It finally returned.
Alright, well they get to move 3 inches. We'll take care of them in a sec.
Alright, now these punks, let's see how they get. They're not within that troop, so they get the full 7.
No, I think they're going to run anyways. Oh, no. They recovered.
And they recovered as well, barely. Alright, so I got those guys moved from where I want them. And now I'm going to do a dangerous terrain check for my crisis suits, since they're going to jetpack. Hopefully they haven't been drinking on the job.
They're good.
They have not been drinking on the job. So we already pre-measured here, so this guy. And this guy.
Alright, I'm going after my Cabalites.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving on to the Tau shooting phase. She's going to start with the crisis suits. They can only see 2 of the Cabalites. Right there, it's going to be the 2 missiles and the 2 non-twin link plasma. Alright, hitting on 4s, so miss 2. And wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds. I do have 2 4-up cover saves. 2 die. I would usually get feel no pain, however they double my toughness, so they do not get a feel no pain.
Righto. So these guys are within rapid fire range of anything. And I've decided to aim for the Polites over there, so that'll be 6 shots.
Those are the Trueborn with blasters.
Yep. So 6 shots, snapshots, unfortunately, so hitting on 6s.
That's pretty good. Beat the odds. 2 shots. Winning on 2s. 2 wounds. Alright, well that does pierce my armor. However, turn 3. So from Power from Pain, I have a 5 up Feel No Pain now. It doesn't double my strength like the Crisis Suits did. Doesn't do me any good anyway. So we're going to lose my Splinter Rifle guy and one of my blasters. Alright, so next up, she has a 3 in back that are going to shoot at the Venom. I am going to choose not to jink because this is only 3 shots hitting on 6s and hope for the best. No hits. Whew, okay. Alright. So I now have 2 leadership tests to make. First from my Trueborn here. They are leadership... Ooh, what are they? I think they might be 9, but I'm going to double check that. Alright, so just double checking. These Trueborn R&D leadership 9, so I have a 9 up leadership. They are fine. And then over here, I have my Cabalite Warrior. Single guy left. He needs a 8 to stay. And he's also good. So we're holding on. So that brings us to assault moves. I don't think she's declaring any assaults unless you want to. No, you can't see him, so you can't. So assault moves.
I'm going to push them back into the wounds.
Okay, go ahead and roll. See what we get.
Let's use these.
10 inches. So we're going to go with those.
Yoink.
Alright, so that's 2 more dangerous terrain tests to make.
Alright. They still haven't been drinking on the job, have they?
They're fine. So with that, we move on to Harlequins, turn 3. So, after rolling for objectives for Harlequins, I have objective 3 twice, and domination, which is control all objectives. So that's not going to happen, but objective 3, if I want to move the Venom, I can get it. Otherwise, probably not too big a deal objective-wise, since currently the score is 6-1. Alright, so Harlequins turn 3 movement. I'm going to move through cover with this Cabalite. Yeah, moving fleet reroll is my bad. So I'll just go with 4 inches. It's fine. So that'll get him to right about there. I'm just going to go and take care of that in the shooting phase 2. He's going to run with fleet 5 inches after that. So I'll measure that and show you guys where he ends up in a bit. Next, my little man is going to move 6 inches. She can just slide through that crevice. That puts her right there. And the troop is just going to follow up and replace them and come back. Alright, and finishing the move like that. I also moved my Trueborn here behind this little barricade. I left the Venom where he is, and the Cabalite Warrior over here ended up right there. So, didn't quite make it to objective 3, but it's alright. So we will start out the shooting phase here. I'm going to have the... First off, we're going to have the 12 shot, or 3 shots from the blaster Trueborn, shooting at the back squad here. This is hitting on 3s, 2 hits. This is wounding on 2s, 2 wounds. So that is 2 4-up cover saves for Alian to make. Makes them both, so they're fine. Next up, I'm going to have I'm going to make 12 shots here from the Venom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4, 8, 12. So 12 shots from the Venom into that same squad. These are all hitting on 3s. So only 3 misses. Oh, 4 misses. Wounding on 4s. Ooh, that was really bad. Jeez. Alright, 3 shots actually caused wounds. So these are again 4-up saves. Fails 1. That is enough to at least force a leadership check. Next up, the man will shoot a single shot of a pistol into this close squad. This is hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, wounds, so 1 4-up cover save or armor save. Makes it. Next up, the Death Jester, 3 shots, hitting on 3s, no, hitting on 2s. 3 hits, wounding on 2s. Where's that?
3.
3. So that is 3 wounds. So these are more 4-up cover saves. 1 dies. So closest to the Death Jester would actually be him. And we're going to shoot with the Troop Master, wounding on 2s, or hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. It's a wound, so 4-up save.
Nope.
Another one dies. And then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 attacks hitting on 3s.
You didn't need to do all those attacks.
Hey, you might make them. Alright, so 4 hits, and these are wounding on 3s as well. So 3 wounds, 4-up save. Fails, that is the end of that squad. Alright, so finding that they are in fact within 12 inches, just barely, they're 11 7/8. This is a 5-up leadership test. That is a fail. They're running. How far are they going to run?
How many times? 2?
2 days. 7 inches. So we're going to place them and come right back. Alright, that does bring it into Harlequins turn 3. The strike team in question ended up here, so they're pretty close to the edge of the board. They are at least out of range of the Shadow Seer. However, Alian has gone ahead and agreed to call it, seeing as the objective score was really lopsided in my favor. And Shadow Sun apparently refused to play this game, so
Shadow Sun called it quits before the game started. I didn't even know.
So
Really didn't like my insults. Wow.
Alright, so we're going to do a quick end game talk. And Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed our first game here. Like I said, this was actually a second game, but I kind of made some mistakes when I was trying to upload to the computer, and I didn't check that all the files had made it, so we only had from turn 2 on, and we thought that would kind of be awkward to show our first game as being that. So this is the first game we managed to actually get, hopefully, correctly on here. In the end, same outcome.
Yeah.
Harlequins.
Uh-huh.
But it was overall, I thought it was an overall enjoyable game. You kind of got really unlucky with the with Shadow Sun. She was
Shadow Sun again.
you shouldn't have insulted her. It's because you insulted her for the game that no one even saw. So I mean, in fairness, you should just let bygones be bygones and let her keep her dignity. But since you insulted her, this is what happens.
Since I insulted her, she refused.
Never ever insult a female Tau. It just doesn't go well. Apparently she just refuses to show up, and she's like, you get to go die on your own. So
she's out there with her stealth suit buddies, drinking beer, having whiskey, just whistling at me, and at her own, partners out there on the field getting demolished.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no, that's what happens.
I'm not involved. No. But like I said, if she had actually come in turn 2, it could have been awful for me. Because keep in mind, that squad of hers with Shadow Sun in it is 225 points, which is very substantial point value here when we're only playing 500.
And a lot of firepower.
She basically is playing with half her forces or half her points on the board, and she wasn't able to survive, and understandably so. All that would have been left, even with Shadow Sun, she would have come on guaranteed turn 4, but all that would have been left at that point for her is the Crisis Suit team and maybe the 2-man strike team, but
versus a Venom, several Cabalites, the Leman, and of course the dreaded Harlequin troop and their shenanigans.
Yeah. Now the leadership shenanigans definitely came into play. They made you fail several leadership checks that you might otherwise have passed, and having snap shoot is never good. even if they did manage to recruit.
Yeah. Honestly, the killer for me was Shadow Sun did not show up turn 2.
No. Well, I think even could have recovered if she'd shown up turn 3.
Maybe turn 3.
It would have been
a chance.
Yeah,
it would have been a slight chance, but
it would have been rough. But I think you at least it would have made the game much more competitive here.
Yeah.
But whenever you have half your point value off the table for the first 3 turns,
it's another issue.
It's just not going to end well for you.
I find that with these small of an army, 500 points. Shadow Sun, 135, her stealth suits, 90 points, starting out, so no fusion blaster charge up or anything like that. That it ended up being 225 points, just sitting there, kind of waiting. And you didn't see this in the previous game, because you didn't see the previous game, but even when she was on the board, my win is dependent upon the success of this particular unit. And she didn't really make her shots towards the. She killed the Venom.
They weren't ineffective. They killed the Venom, and she killed several Cabalites, and she did some work. She killed Little Man. She actually got a fair bit done.
That's true. She
but
did get
it was just kind of she missed some of her first opportunities to really be useful in the first game. She kind of missed, but in this one she just was a no-show.
Show up.
So
and
I don't
really
disagree.
Expensive to lose like that.
Yeah, I don't disagree. That Shadow Sun, she might just be too expensive at this point value to bring. She might be something that's perfectly viable to bring at 750 points, because she is really, really powerful anti-vehicle. But that's part of the issue is I don't really bring vehicles as Harlequins, and what I do bring, it's basically made of paper. Her basic strike teams can destroy my vehicles, so it may not be worth necessarily Shadow Sun against me, but against the guys who can play Necrons, or maybe even the Eldar guy, or some of the other players, sure probably be worth their points. But against the Harlequins in Dark Eldar, she's not really, in my opinion, worth the points you have to sink into her. You'd be better served bringing a cadre and almost putting the rest of her points towards maybe a 3rd crisis suit in her crisis suit team, and then she'd be able to bring 2 strike teams, 3-man crisis suit, 3-man stealth suit, and it'd be a much more substantial force. And she could still deep strike with the crisis suits, or outflank with the stealth or crisis suits, and still get all those benefits. She just lose some of the anti-vehicle, but again, against Harlequins and Dark Eldar,
not really.
Yeah, it doesn't help against me really. But yeah, overall, I mean that's kind of all there is to say about that game. Shadow Sun refused to come on, and I'm sure she'll probably look at some of what she brought, and I will too. On that note, we've actually kind of decided to cheat a little bit here, and we picked
getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah,
we ended up picking up a few more things. In my case, I picked up a Solitaire here. I already finished assembling him. He's pretty scary if you can actually get into a fight. So that's kind of going to be the key point is, if I can get him into a fight, he's basically, worth 3 troop members on his own, which is pretty powerful. He's very expensive though. Yeah, 145 points.
10 points more than Shadow Sun.
Yeah, he's probably not going to make a show at the 500 point value level unless I just feel like, hey, screw it, I'm going to bring him in a troop and go for it and just see what happens, right? But we'll see. I'm sure you guys will probably end up seeing him eventually. He's obviously just finished assembling him, so he's not primed in black or anything. I also, on that note, picked up another troop. The reason I grabbed another Harlequin troop is
Scary.
Well, that, and it'll let me, if I choose to, field a pure Harlequins force, which against certain races like Tau, I might prefer to do versus the Dark Eldar. Whereas the Dark Eldar against other races I might want in place of pure Harlequins army. So you might actually see me field 2 troops at 500 points. We're just going to see how things go. And you might see more than 500 point battles sooner than we initially anticipated, because we, I probably have about 750 now, and she's probably closer to 1,000 at this point. She could potentially field. It wouldn't be an optimized, like, oh, this is what I want to bring, but
It'd be pretty okay.
Yeah, you could definitely feel 1,000 points. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be able to feel 750 or so, but...
That's because I got my broadside. Super epic close-up. Dun 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 dun. And this guy is what I need to do a hunter cadre. True. And get some, those special rules that I keep hearing about that are awesome. So I could maybe, actually no, I can't. I need a normal commander, not Shadow, since she's too expensive. So I can't do a 500 point hunter cadre yet. But at 750 points with this big guy, I could definitely do it, and then could have loads of fun trying that out.
Yeah, he's actually really interesting guy. He's basically just a dedicated heavy support trooper with a massive gun and missiles and all sorts of other stuff he can bring. That's pretty scary for vehicles. Personally, I'm not that concerned about him because I'm sure he's probably going to kill my guys, but he's not. Bringing dedicated anti-vehicle against Harlequins and Dark Eldar is kind of it's superfluous. There's no point to it because
the special rule,
everything you shoot at it is gonna. Well, yeah, the special rules, but everything you shoot at my army anyway is gonna destroy it. So well, there's no need to bring like specialized stuff. That said, I'm sure it's gonna be worth its weight in gold against Necrons or Eldar or any of the other forces that or Space Marines or anything else our friends are going to bring.
Yeah.
Just because they're going to have much better vehicles than what I have, and they're going to be more along the lines of what she has, like her Devilfish, which are actually pretty decent armored vehicles, and the broadside is a good counter to things like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed our first game, and as it, just some unfortunate luck there with Shadow Sun. She took it personally, your initial insults, and decided to
next time you be nicer,
give you the finger instead of coming on. But anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping optimistically be putting out 1 to 2 videos a week of our games and just talks about how people are feeling about the game and things like that. So yeah, if you're interested and kind of want to follow us along on this journey, please feel free to like and subscribe and follow us, and you'll be able to keep up to date with anything we're putting out. So yeah, guys, thanks. Until next time, it's Brent.
And it's Alian. Have a good night.